All right, everybody. Welcome to your bar class, everyone. We are going to get started. I'm going to just grab some 2-pounders, maybe some threes for a little bit after we are going to start with our upper body today. And then we are going to move through down to our lower body. All right. Oh, I did the wrong one. Well, I think I pinned myself. Hopefully that works. Let me know if you can't hear me, can't see me. You know the deal. All right, we are going to start with our feet nice and wide, and we are just going to bring those knees down. Couple plies, bend, and straighten. Add those arms. Bring it down and up. Up and down. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lift one of those knees up. We're going to go lift. Bring it down. Lift. If you haven't set your watch, don't forget to set your watch. 3, 2, 1. Open those arms. We're going to open and close just like this. Leg lifts to the front. Three, 2, 1. Arms up over the head. Lift those legs. As those arms lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. All right. Go ahead and jog it out. We're going to stretch out those feet just a little bit. All right. We're going to go into a few calf raises. Bring it all the way up. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Good. Try to roll up as high as you can onto those toes. We'll get that blood pumping up through those legs. Good. 4, 3, 2. Hold your balance at the top. And bring it down. Bend the knees. Good. All right. We are going to start with our upper body. So whatever weights you have, I'm going to grab a pair of 5s as well for some of our exercises if you want to do something a little heavier, but we're going to start with the light ones because we're going to start with shoulders. Actually going to take off this sweatshirt. All right, so shoulders, we have our lateral and front raises. So working with whatever weight you have. All right, so we have our weights. We're going to start with our lateral raise. Arms out to the side. Little bit of a bend in those elbows. Good. Eight more. 7, 6, 5. Think of leading with those pinkies. 3, 2, 1. Bring them up and out. Hold. I want you to rotate those wrists. Palm up, palm down, palm up, down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring it down. Roll out those shoulders. All right, take it wide. We're going to get those legs warmed up while we are moving. So bring it down into a sumo squat. You don't have to be super low, just enough to have those glutes be working a little bit. All right, from here, arms in front. You can tap those weights together in front of you. Lift lower, lift, lower. Good. 3, 4, 5, 8, 2, and 1. We're going to repeat. Hold. Bring those arms down. Sink a little lower. Arms to the front. Hold. We're going to go up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Roll it up. Walk those feet in. All right. Heels together, toes apart. Bring it down into a plie. Tuck those glutes underneath. Hold it here. Squeezing in the back very lightly. It's not a huge contraction, but make sure that those glutes in the back are working. All right, last set of our raises. We're going to combine them for an L raise. 1 to the front, 1 to the side. We switch. 5, 6, 7, and then we're going to combine them to be a little harder. 8. From here, both arms to the front, lift, out to the sides, bring it down. Reverse out to the sides, to the front. 2. Again. 3, 4. Nice and controlled. 5. It's where those light weights will come in handy. 6, 7, and 8. Good. All right. We're going to do some bicep curls next and some overhead pressing. So I'm going to switch to my 5-pounders because I'm feeling ambitious today. From here, we're going to start with our palms out. And I want you to bend the knees just a little bit, squeezing the knees together, squeezing the glutes. Now make sure when you're in this position that we don't want this. Remember, hinge it forward and then tuck the tailbone just a little bit. If you need to, think of rolling the hips forward and then retucking the hips under and then holding that position from here. Curl it down and up. So we have that forward lean, add a little bit more to it, plus gravity. Good. Almost there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Retuck those hips. 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. And then I want you to hold those weights halfway. Bring them out to the corners. You can even open up those hands and just hold them here. Now we are going to just pulse these nice and small pulses down, down. So we are in that contraction and we are pulsing. Good. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Stretch out those arms, give it a second. And then we are going to take it into a wide stance, back down to our sumo squat. And we're going to combine our bicep curl, our second set of curls, with an overhead press. And then we're going to do just presses. So bring it down, find that nice comfy position. Make sure that those knees are pressing backwards. Don't let those feet roll forward. Focus on how your feet are on the floor. From here we go. Curl it up and down. And then we're going to add in that press. 1, 2. Good. Nice and controlled. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go 2 more. Feeling good. 9 and 10. Hold it here. Bring it down a little lower. Arms come out to the sides. Pulsing, a little lower. Good. Here we go. Press it up. Press, down, press, down. Go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop it down. Take a stretch. Roll it up through the spine. All right, we're going to repeat just those presses one more time, but we're going to do alternating hands one at a time. Here we go. Bring it back down into your sumo squat. Roll it down. All right. Pick those weights up. This time, we're going to send it. Press up. 1. Press up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7. I know you want to fly through these. Take it slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. We're going to pulse it out. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop those weights down. Take those hands behind the back and give those biceps and shoulders a stretch. All right, we're doing good. All right, what have not we done on the arms? Triceps. We have not done those triceps yet. All right, so let's bring it down to the floor for these. Give you a little bit of a breather. All right, so you could do these. We're gonna do our kickbacks. I'm going to grab my 5s for these. Now we are going to do one hand down on the floor, and we're going to row up, and then we're going to do 10 just rowing, and then at the end of that 10th one, we are going to pulse for 10, and then straight into kickbacks for 10. You got it, 30 reps. So feel free to change your weights out while you're doing these too. If you start with 5, you got to switch to your 3s or your 2s. Just keep it moving. Here we go. Right hand first. Pull that core in. Nice strong base of support. Row it towards that hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold here. Pulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Extend, row it out, kick it back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it down and rest. Not too bad, right? Right? All right. All right, we're going to repeat on the left. And we'll get some water. All right, here we go. Remember, squeeze that weight with that hand. That's going to help activate more muscles in that arm. All right, here we go. Row it up towards that hip. The bottom of that dumbbell should almost hit your hip bone. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold, pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick it back. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Drop it down. All right, grab a sip of water real quick. Blow my nose. All right. Whew, I'm recovering from a cold that just seems to be lingering. All right. Last set of triceps. I know we're not actually done with triceps. I lied. We're going to do some dips. Now, if dips bother your wrists or your shoulders, feel free to just do more of kickbacks, anything that you prefer for triceps. These ones we're just going to do right on the floor. Now, modified version, fingertips are pointing towards your hips. Lean it back and then press yourself forward. This is a great modified version, but you have to do a lot of them to really feel it. So pick those hips up off the floor just an inch. From here, elbows bend backwards, up, back, up. Elbows are the only thing that's moving. I know sometimes it's tempting to move the hips at the same time, but just the arms. Just pulse it out. And with these, your max is going to be your max wherever you hit it. So keep going. I want you to pulse it. Bend those elbows. Get in as many as you can until you can't do any more. We got a few more. Ooh. And rest. If you can do 5, do 5. If you can do 25. Dips are quite difficult. Give them a stretch. Stretch those triceps out. Remember, we want to always try to balance our body, creating more strength in our upper body. We want to be balanced as well as our lower body. All right, last set of tricep dips. As many as you can. Go for 10. Here we go. Lift and go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to do 2 more. And stretch it out when you're done. And then we are going to go into some standing thigh work. All right. Keep my little paper here. All right. So I have my bar here, but as you know, a chair will work just as good. All right, so anything to support as you're holding. So we're going to start in our parallel position. Roll it up onto those toes. And then from here, we're going to bend the knees and then tuck that tailbone under. So for here, we're just going to be doing a tuck. So if you've ever taken a Pure Barre class or one of those ones, you know that there is a lot of tucking underneath the pelvis involved. So think of putting your fingers right on your hip bones and think of spilling your bowl forward. So we have a nice big arch in our back. And now I want you to think of tucking it back under and squeezing the glutes. We're going to do this 8 times. We're going to release, send the hips back, tuck and squeeze, release and tuck. Now, this is also very 80s. They definitely perfected this in the 80s, 90s. You've seen those like Jane Fonda videos. Man, they had this. This is nothing new. All right, hold it in the tucked position. Tailbone is pointing down towards the floor. From here, we're still on our toes. Knees are bent. We're going to pulse down. Down, down, down. Good. At any point, you can drop to flat feet as well. You're going to start to feel those quads heating up. Good. Wow, I'm feeling it today. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Drop the heels down. Stand it up. Ooh. You can take a quick quad stretch too. You know, I went down the rabbit hole the other day of watching like old YouTube videos of like the 80s and 90s workouts. It looks so fun. All right, let's do same position essentially, but feet are going to be turned out in our first position. So lift the toes up, turn the feet out. Where they land is where they land. Roll it up onto the toes, slide the heels in together, and then bend the knees. And then remember, retuck the pelvis under ever so slightly. And from here, squeezing in the back. Again, sometimes you can put one hand on the hip, feel the top of that glute working. From here, we're going to hold it, sink a little lower. And 3, 2, 1, pulse it out, go down. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Keep it going. We have about 30 seconds. We're going time-based for these ones. Keep breathing, keep squeezing through. Almost there. Those quads are feeling it. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the heels down, shake it out. Okay, almost there. Second position is next. I like to face the front with these ones. So take it wide. All right, from here, roll it up onto the toes. Find that position where you can find your balance first. Make sure all of your toes are touching the floor. Make sure you're not rolling in onto just one toe or rolling out. Try to really spread those toes out, have a nice strong base of support. Roll it down, bend the knees. How low you go is up to you. This is a fine position, but if you are more flexible and you want to really feel the burn, drop below. Drop below. Here we go. Pulse it out. And you can start down low. And you can bring it up. Pulse it here for a bit. Remember, you want to push yourself enough to really get that burn. Stay within your range of motion. Time under tension is feeling it. Legs are starting to shake. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up. Stretch it out. Nice job. All right. We're going to go lateral raises next. So we just worked those quads. We're going to now focus on the sides of our hips, glute medius, glute minimus. So we have our lateral leg raises. Now, if you have a band, if your bands are sitting somewhere, dust them off, throw them on. And if you don't have a band, grab a heavier weight, rest it against the thigh as low as you want, and hold the weight there. Make do with what you got. All right, from here, remember, if you have your band, it should be around the thighs, not around the knees. From here, shift your weight onto that left leg. Nice strong core. Think retucking that pelvis. Lift out and out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You know that hold is coming. Hold it out there. Think dog fire hydrant. And pulse. Lift. Lift it out. Pulse it. As many as you can until you hit 10. 2, 1. Bring it in. Shake it out. Nice stretch here. Cross that leg over and stretch it. Ooh, I like this station. All right. Same thing, other side. Shift the weight. Strong base of support on that right leg. Tuck the hips under. Here we go. Lift and lower. Knee stays facing forward. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more. How's that stabilizing hip doing? 3, 2, and 1. You know you gotta hold it. And pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ah, stretch it out. All right, we have our leg lifts to the back. All right. Now, options here. If you have a chair, if you have a low chair, you can do hands on the chair. You can also do hands up here. You can also rest the elbows here. Really just is a matter of what's most comfortable for you. We're going to start with that right leg. So step it back. Best way to do it, step it back. Make sure that those hips have some space. Send that right leg back. Now, while you're in this position, think of turning that knee under and make sure that those hips are facing the floor. From here, tap the toe behind you, squeeze and lift. Now we're just tapping the toe, squeezing and lifting with a straight leg. That bottom leg can stay bent or it can be straight. It's up to you. 8. We're going to go for 10. 9. We're going to hold it here. We're going to pulse it up. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it in. Whew, that left hip. Remember, that stabilizing leg is doing just as much work as the one that's moving. All right, from here, we're going to bring it in a little bit closer to our chair/bar, and we're going to bend our right knee at a right angle. From here, that leg is just going to lift and lower. Now, notice the range of motion here isn't really that big because I'm stopping basically where my glutes stop me. Because if I were to go any more, my low back would have to start to arch and hips would roll forward. So think of keeping those hips tucked under, bend, and where it hits that stopping point, squeeze at the top. 2 more. And rest. So these are just like doing our donkey kicks on the floor. These are just elevated and standing. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on lift. Woo. Okay. Starting with our straight legs, I like to step it back a little bit. Left leg comes behind, squeeze all the way through that leg. From here, lift, lower, lift, lower. Again, try to keep those hips square to the floor. Natural turnout is gonna occur, but we just don't wanna be out to the side. That is an exercise, but not this one. 9 and 10, hold it, point that toe, squeeze through, pulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, bring it in. All right, from here, bend that knee. Here we go. Bring it up and back, keeping it bent. Squeeze and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Bring it down, stretch it out. All righty. If you have a band on, I want you to keep it on. We are going to do a few squats with this band on. We're going to do some lateral stepping with our squats. Now, I'm going to make this a little bit more fun and challenging. Now, if you have dumbbells, anything that's heavy, I want you to put one on each side of your space. One there, If you don't got one, you're fine. Don't worry about it. We're going to start on this side. We're going to bring it into, now I'm keeping these banded. We're going to bring it down into our squat. We're going to pick up that weight at the bottom. We're going to stand, and then we're going to drop it back off. And then we're going to stay in this little bent leg position, and we're going to walk side to side until you reach your other dumbbell. Reach it, pick it up, drop it down, and walk. Now, we're going to do this twice now. So reach, bring it down, pick up that dumbbell, 1 squat, again, 2 squats, drop it off. We're going to go all the way until we reach 5 squats. 1, 2, drop. Oh yeah. We don't need our legs tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, and drop. Now, you can do this without those dumbbells. You're just going to pulse those squats. 1, 2, 3. Oh man. Maybe we go to 4. All right. 4 squats. Pick up that weight. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Drop it off. Lateral walk to the side. We're almost there. This is where it starts to make a difference. 2, 3, 4. Drop it. All right. 5 squats. Here we go. Pick it up. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ouch. Woo! 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest. I promise I won't make you guys do any more than that. Take that band off if you have it. Oh. All right. Doing good on time. We're going to go move our way down to the floor. Give you guys some breathing time. Grab a sip of water if you need it. Ooh, all right. Give those legs a hot minute to breathe. All right. Light weights. These are my 2s here. And we're going to go through a core sequence. So, let me catch my breath. We're going to move through about 6 to 8 different core exercises, 30 seconds each. If we move into a core exercise that does not float your boat, if anything causes discomfort, choose any core exercise that you like. You can hold a plank. You can do a regular crunch. Remember, everyone's different. Some exercises are great. Some exercises are no-go for some people. So if something doesn't feel right, switch it to something that does. All right, we're going to start with just a hold with those weights in our hands. Heels can be down on the floor. We're going to lean back until you start to feel that core kick in. For me, it's when I basically start shaking like a leaf. From here, you can also pick up those feet, challenge yourself a little bit more. From here, arms come out, and we're holding our weights. And we're just holding, we're telling our core muscles to wake up. It's time to work. We're going to bend at the elbows. Extend it out. Think weights towards the calves, weights towards the ears. We have 10 seconds left. Again, same thing. If your feet are on the floor, bring it down, curl it up. 2 and 1. Roll it down to the floor. Ooh. All right. Feet in our tabletop position. Arms straight up from here, holding our weights. From here, we're going to lift, lower, lift and lower. Just those shoulder blades are coming out and up. Lift. I want you to really try to get up there. I want you to try to tap your calves or your feet. but keep those hips and knees in line. We have 5 seconds. Lift, lower, and rest. Give yourself a breather. All right, from here, legs are going to come straight up into the air. We are going to do scissor kicks, one at a time. Arms are going to come straight up from the chest. From here, drop down 1, 2, 3. This is more of a modified position, going nice and slow, one leg at a time. You can also go a little quicker and do some switch kicks here. 10 seconds. Keep that low back pressed into the floor. If you notice that low back is starting to pop up, roll those hips back, limit range of motion. 2, 1, rest. Woo! We're doing good. All right, from here, we're going to sit up. We're going to place our weights together, lean it back, side to side, twist. 1, 2, side to side. Now, if twisting is not for you, you're going to hold those weights nice and close to the chest, and you're going to pulse it back, back, back. Little teeny pulses right here. Three, 2, 1, and rest. All right. We have dead bugs. Back down to the floor. Arms up, feet in tabletop. Make sure those knees aren't too close to the chest. Really press them away to turn those core muscles on. From here, we're going to tap the toe one at a time. Tap the toe one at a time. Now, this is also a really great exercise for anyone who has had a baby in the last 5 years. This is a really good pelvic floor strengthening exercise, especially if you are working on regaining that deep core. These are really great for that. Any sort of toe taps while bracing that core to the floor is going to be really good for that. And remember, pelvic floor work, core work, it's not just for women. Helps us keep our low back nice and healthy. All right, and rest, breathe. All right, from here, we're gonna take our feet down and we're gonna bring it into our butterfly position. Now, you have options here. This is already a very difficult position, so if you would like to just do halfway up, I want you to rest those weights on the chest and lift and hold, lower. Lift, hold, and lower. So we're adding that little pause in there, but we're also adding those weights on the chest to really just seal the deal there. Good, keep breathing. We have 5 seconds. 2 and 1. All right. Last one, I promise, and then we're going to go into a plank series and then finish out with just a few more specific accessory glute work. So I have my 2-pounder here. We're squeezing it between the feet. We're going to come back onto our elbows. You guys know I love this one. All right, so this is also not just for our core, but also for our quads, hip flexors, those deep transverse abdominal muscles. We're going to tap that weight to the floor, bring it up. Tap and lower. So the further away you tap this weight, the more core it's going to engage. The closer you tap this to your hips, it's going to be a little bit more of that quad work. So choose whichever one feels right for you. Once it starts to hit that wall, drop the weight and just continue with just the toe taps. Don't let those hips shift forward. Try to keep them tucked. We have 5 seconds. Good, and rest. It's plank time. All right. You guys ready? We are going to start on our elbows. Bring it down into a knee plank first. So walk yourself out into a nice knee plank position. Make sure that those hips are in line with the elbows and shoulders. Holding here. Holding this knee plank position for about 5 more seconds, turning those core muscles on from here. Tuck those toes under and just straighten the knees straight up from the floor. And hold. We're not holding this for long. Planks are honestly so hard for me sometimes, probably because I don't do them enough. But if you're someone who can hold a plank, I want you to keep holding your plank. Can press in it, rock forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, rock it back to a child's pose. Nice job. All right. We're going to lay it down onto our right side. So we are going to do a clamshell, but we're also going to do a hip lift. This is going to engage more of our glutes all throughout our entire movement. So when we do our clamshells, we're really engaging just these 2 glute medius and minimus, but we're going to use this bottom leg. I want you to focus on lifting the hip like this and lower. So just do lift, lower. Knees are stacked. We lift our hip up and we lower. Few of these. Now here's the fun part. We're going to add in a clamshell at the top. Open, close, open, and close, open, and close. Now, feel free to do one at a time if the combined movement is a little bit much. We have 2 and 1. Hold it here. Open and close that top leg while holding. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. All right, we're almost there. All right, press those knees together. We're going to lift all the way up, squeeze, lower, lift, lower, lift, down. Remember, we're coming from the core here. And then we're going to add in that top clamshell at the top. Down, up, down, up, and squeeze. Really squeezing in those back glutes. If this hip lift is throwing you off, feel free to do a regular clamshell here. 3, 2, and 1. Hold, pulse that knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, rest. Go ahead and bring it onto the back. Bring those knees to the chest. Take a stretch. Good. Bring those feet down to the floor. We're going to bring it up into our glute bridge. Hold here. Good. Really press those hips up. Good. And then in this position, you can even relax the glutes and feel the difference. So completely relax your glutes and just feel the weight in your feet. And your feet's really what's holding you up there. But then re-engage those glutes and press back up through and feel the difference. Good. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Sit it up into a little bit of a straddle position. Wherever those feet land. We're going to reach it forward, stretching those inner thighs and hamstrings. Reach for those toes. You can also reach down the middle. Roll it up. Good. Bring it in to a butterfly position. Make sure we're still good on time. Yes, we are. Okay. I hit my watch and it never set. All right, looks like we have to do the class over again. Good, lean back, pull those shoulders away from the ears, give your neck a little stretch here. And then roll it right over into a child's pose. Stretch out that back. I know that low back can definitely start to feel it when we start working with glutes and glute work. It's a lot down in that area, low back and hips. So give that a nice stretch. And then roll it up. Think cat-cow. Inhale, exhale. About 2 of each. And then bring it up through a down dog. And then walk those hands into the toes, into your forward fold. Roll it up through the spine. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. I hope you feel better than you did 45 minutes ago. We'll see you next week. Have a good Wednesday, everyone.
Thank you.
You are welcome.